Well, it all began when it was realised that flints were falling off the ruins here, and therefore it was dangerous for the public. So unfortunately the ruins had to be shut.
The 1980s hard capping repairs, which were done in a hard cement-based mortar, these are now causing serious problems to the ruins because of the differential strength between the original soft mortars and the harder cement mortars, which causes erosion zones directly beneath the hard capping. This has resulted in the removal of a lot of cement mortars, and we have replaced those with a traditional hot limes mortar.
The work that was done in the 1980s, which was to put what they called a hard capping over the tops of the ruins to try and protect them, was actually slightly counterproductive in that moisture was getting in through cracks in what was quite brittle, hard mortar, and then it couldn't escape. So the walls were getting saturated sort of inside the hard capping. We put these soft cappings on, which as you can see are basically turf that's been cut from the site and mixed in with a few plugs of sedum. And the idea of that is that it mitigates the flow of rainwater down the face of the ruins by absorbing the rain and then gently drying out. It reduces the sort of stress of weather on the walls. The magic bullet for our work has actually been adopting traditionally made mortar, which is sufficiently soft and porous not to trap water inside the walls.
In this project we're using a traditional hot limes mortar. That means we use quicklime, which is burnt limestone, which has been burnt at 900 degrees. When you burn it at this temperature, you change its state from calcium carbonate to calcium oxide and becomes reactive with water. We mix this with the sand and add water, we get a reaction, which is why it's known as the hot mix. We get up to temperatures around 100 degrees, and this is a traditional way of mixing which has been used for the past 12,000 years. Hence why we're using it on the project here, which will give us a compatible mortar which will be as close to the original mortar as possible. This technology has only come back into use over the last couple of years, and we've been rediscovering this technology during the course of this project.
It's a fairly unique job because it's not like repointing or rebuilding. It's really consolidation of rubble, so it's completely random, and the masons have learnt on the job about how to build with flint so it looks like it's core work and isn't just a flint. It's actually extraordinary how tough those rubble cores have been. They've stood for 800 years, and hopefully after our work will stand for a little while longer.
It's been great to work on the Reading Abbey Ruins and help to preserve it into the future for use of the public and to be a historic icon of Reading.
Working here has been like gradually uncovering bits of history and finding more evidence of what was here originally. So it's almost like travelling back in time as we find more things to look at.